Hi, friends. I had promised that I was going to jump on and talk a little bit about skincare enhancers, or they can be called supplements. And you may wonder, what is that? Never heard of it. Or maybe you've heard of it and you're like, why do I need it? So here's the deal. If you have been faithfully using one of our skincare regimens, like the Miracle Set, so say for instance, you're anywhere from 25 through 45 and you're not seeing a lot of signs of aging yet, and you're using this set. Great idea. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for investing in your skin. That's awesome. Or maybe you have been using our highest end set, which is our repair set, which is what I use for the most part. I kind of mix and match a little bit also. But anyway, you've been doing that for a while. And now you're like, okay, I am ready to step it up. I see how well my skin is doing with this, but I'm still seeing some fine lines, or I'm still seeing some uneven texture going on, or maybe you have age spots that are now coming to the surface, even though you're using a really good skincare set, right? That's when you would want to add some supplements, just like we do when we're taking a multivitamin. We're getting some good benefits, right? But then we're starting to notice, maybe your doctor tells you you're getting a little bit of osteomalacia going on, meaning your bones are softening a bit. You need some extra vitamin D. So you start taking extra vitamin D. Or maybe you need a boost for your immune system, right? And you're taking extra vitamin B just to help your immune system, or maybe your hair growth, things like that. So that is the same for skincare. We do an overall great regimen for our face to get the best results and keep looking young as long as possible. But then when we start to notice that we want to do a little more, that's when you do this. So the first thing I want to talk about is wrinkles. Okay, so girls, you who are in your 20s, you're probably not even thinking about this yet, right? Because you have that naturally glowy, healthy looking skin because you're young and you're having a great skin cell turnover. However, did you know that from the age of 20, we start losing collagen by about 1% a year, and then it picks up in speed when you reach my age. Whoops, and we start seeing more like fine lines even when we are using a great skincare regimen. So that is when you would want to add these supplements for wrinkles. So the greatest thing you can do if you want the highest level of age fighting and seeing immediate pretty much more results, right, is our gold standard, and that is our retinol 0.3. So this is a pure retinol that has the concentration of 0.3% of retinol, and it helps to prevent signs of aging that you cannot see, while also reversing signs of aging that you can see. Who doesn't want that, right? And our scientists found when they developed this and they did the clinical studies, they found that the 0.3 concentration was still as effective in giving you the results that you needed as the 0.5 was. In fact, it showed results even quicker than the 0.5, and partly because when women used the 0.3, it was effective, yet it didn't reach that point where those side effect issues started to happen, like redness, flakiness, and itchiness. And so this is a serum that's gentle enough to use every night, and I do use this one. So that's for all over your face except for your eye area. And a side thing here, if you're pregnant, nursing, you should not be using it, and you should never put it close to your eye area, and you should always apply your eye cream first, okay? The other overall thing you can do, so say for instance, you maybe are younger than I am, and you're not really seeing a lot of it yet, but you're starting to notice fine lines, and maybe you're using our Time-Wise Miracle Set already. This is a great supplement for you, and that is our C plus resveratrol line reducer. It comes in this little glass jar bottle with a dripper, and you can tell it's vitamin C. Look how orange that is. So you'll drip some into your hand, and you'll apply that twice a day, 3 to 6 drops or so, all over your face, again, staying away from your eye area. And you do that right after you've done your cleanser, okay? Clean face. And then this goes on first, and then you can continue with a lifting serum if you're doing that, or maybe our serum C and E if you're doing that. We're going to talk about that another time. Okay, so that is a great thing. This one contains our highest concentration of vitamin C, and plus resveratrol and acetyl hexide peptide. Okay. And this targets the components of skin's aging, and it actually helps to support your skin's natural collagen and elastin building up, or support that so that your fine line, your skin stays intact more so. Okay, so the collagen and elastin critical to keeping us looking nice and tight and young. So you'll want to do that, and it's very affordable too. So those are for all over your face. Now you might want some targeted help for wrinkles. And so these are the things that I would suggest for your dynamic wrinkles, which would be these lines we get here when we squint, right? And when we frown, the frown lines, your forehead lines, those lines that you would normally go and get a expensive injection for, you can go with our solution instead, which is our dynamic wrinkle limiter. So what you would do is you just dab some right on the spot where you want this to be, and tap it in. Okay, and you do that. I usually do it after I've done my eye cream, and before you put on your moisturizer, so it goes nearest to your skin, and you can do your frown lines and your forehead lines. And over time, you're going to see that those dynamic wrinkles and the severity of them will lessen. Okay, it won't remove them completely, and you're not going to get that frozen face either, but it's going to lessen over time. And this one contains let me see if I can find that, botanical wrinkle limiting technology that features French lavender extract, electric daisy extract, and rosemary extract. And those are known components that helps to lessen those dynamic wrinkles. So I would recommend this duo right here. These two, your retinol 0.3 and the dynamic wrinkle limiter. When you do both, you're going to see results. I can tell you, you're going to see results, because I have. Okay, so the next thing you can do for deep wrinkles is using our Time-Wise Repair Deep Wrinkle Filler. So this would go in right on top of your wrinkles. So you kind of do this little thread like this, and then you tap it in, okay? And this is right after when you've done your serums, things like that, then you do this step, and then you lock it all in with your moisturizer. And you can do it over your lip too, to diminish those fine lines and wrinkles around your lip. And so this wonderful deep wrinkle filler is targeted by retinol. It won't flake or ball up on you. And it works for these, brows, your brow here, as well as some crow's feet around your eyes. So you can use it with combination as well. And I'm trying to see, there's one more ingredient in here. I think it is hyaluronic acid that's in there too, but don't quote me on that one. Those are the targeted things. So for your targeted lines, your dynamic wrinkle limiter, or your Time-Wise Repair Deep Wrinkle Filler, and for all over your face, you use the retinol 0.3 always at night, follow with sunscreen in the morning for sure, and the C+ resveratrol line reducer. This one or this one. Don't do both. That's a little too much for your face, okay? So that was my tip for today about targeting wrinkles. So the next time I'm going to get back with you, and we're going to talk about what to do if you have really, really dry skin and you want some help with that, okay? Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.